is no loss of material. Whatever you pour in the cavity, same will be converted into casting. So it is having 100% yield. What is yield? Yield is how much you are pouring, and what is the casting. So you have casting volume and divided by total pouring material volume, total molten metal volume, molten metal volume, total molten metal volume. So again, alloying is possible during the melting. You know, alloying is changes the mechanical property of the metal, and you have a alloying element like carbon, zinc, manganese, cobalt, nickel, molybdenum, tungsten, titanium. So you have nickel, I said nickel, chromium. So these are the alloying element. If you mix with the metal, mechanical property of the metal changes drastically. Suppose carbon increases hardness and yield strength. Nickel is a very good corrosion resistance. Tungsten increases melting temperature. Chromium is corrosion resistance. So cobalt is, it increases red hardness or hot hardness, that is hardness at higher temperature. So these you can mix during melting. You can mix during melting, and then alloying is possible. Parts made of casting process are isentropic, same property value in all direction. You know isentropic. So if you have that in this direction, you have yield strength some value, it will be same at each point of the metal. So it is that property does not depend on the direction, that we call isentropic. Here it is an isentropic property, means it is everywhere property is same, whether you cut here or cut here, you take this sample, and if you taste it, it will give same value of yield strength value. In all direction property is same. So basically casting is having advantage is your for complex shape, for your producing one kind of part in variety of metal. Permanent mold casting having the mass production, casting at 100%, alloying is possible, then you have isentropic property. Now I'll talk about the limitations. You know, there is a limitations also. What are the limitations? First limitation is high melting temperature metal, high melting temperature metal, high temperature melting temperature, high melting temperature metal. It is not possible because if you talk about the tungsten, it is having 3300 degrees centigrade. So it is very difficult to melt in a furnace. It is very difficult to melt in a blast furnace, cupola furnace. You need a special kind of furnace to melt because this is melting temperature. Plus you have to give some superheat also. Superheat. So it will reach like 3600 degrees centigrade. So it is very difficult to melt tungsten. So casting is not possible for the metal which is having higher melting temperature. Then poor surface finish. Poor surface finish means it comes in a contact with the sand contact. So sand is having a rough surface, rough. You need machining. You need machining. You need machining. Then in any case you need machining. But sometimes you have a special casting process where machining is sometimes is minimized or require less machining process. Then you have poor mechanical property, brittle, low tensile strength. Means the structure of the cast product is the structure of card. I'm talking about the microstructure. Microstructure of the cast product is dendritic structure. Dendritic structure, that we call needle-like structure. Needle-like structure like this. So this dendritic structure gives brittleness. So it is having low tensile strength. So, but it is having very good compressive strength. Good compressive strength. Good compressive strength. Compressive strength. This is the reason all machine beds, machine bed are manufactured by machining process, like your lathe machine bed, or you have a tool, bigger tool, where compressive stresses are developed. There we use casting product. But here I am talking about the limitations. So in that limitations, first limitation is you cannot melt high temperature metal, so it is difficult. Poor surface finish, and then very poor mechanical property. So there are many mechanical property, like you have ultimate strength, yield strength, hardness, brittleness, toughness, resilience, right? So in that mechanical property, this product will be brittle in nature and low tensile strength. And some casting products, automobile engine blocks are made of casting product. Gate asked directly from gate asked directly. These are all gate notes. Actually, notes were made by solving all 35 years of gate question. So engine blocks, cylinders, piston, piston ring, lathe machine bed. As I said, lathe machine bed, frames, wheels, housing of pumps. You know, housing of pump, right now. Housing of pump. You know, so this housing of pump is made from that casting product. Turbine blade, because you need the isotropic property. Isotropic property, isotropic property. You need a turbine blade. That property should be in the same in a property value, all same in the same direction. Water pipe, whether it is your PVC pipe or it is cast iron pipe, all are made by the casting process. Different casting process we'll discuss in the last of the class. Like centrifugal casting process is used to produce the pipe. So pipe, cast iron pipe, or you have a PVC pipe, all are made by casting product. Pattern, you know what is pattern? Pattern is the replica of the object to be cast. So pattern and pattern design I am talking. So pattern is a replica of the object to be made by the casting process with some modification. That little bit modification. That difference between the casting and pattern is called pattern allowances. So that we call actually pattern allowance. Pattern allowances. So somebody asks you what is pattern allowances? The pattern allowances is nothing but the difference, that modification between casting and pattern is called pattern allowances. So when we design a pattern, I am talking about the design of pattern. In our entire classes, we'll be talking about the design of pattern, design of screw, design of gating system, design of riser. So here I am talking about the pattern design. So design of the pattern. In that design of pattern, we have to take care of that modification, and that modification, that is difference, is called pattern allowances. So casting and pattern, what is the difference? The difference is your allowances. So there are basically four types of allowances. Four types of allowances. Four types of allowances. So first is your shrinkage allowances. Second one is your draft allowances. Third is your machining allowances. And fourth is your distortion allowances. So all these allowances you have to provide on the casting in the pattern. And finally, final pattern will be made. Final pattern will be made. So shrinkage allowance, what is the shrinkage allowances? So we'll understand it by cooling curve of the molten metal. Let us come to this plot graph. I will make you understand. It is very easy. This is called cooling curve. Cooling curve. So this is your cooling curve. So what happens? You have a molten metal in a mold. This is your mold. and you have molten metal at superheated state, superheated state, superheated, superheated state. Suppose if it is iron, iron melting temperature is 1539 degrees centigrade. So superheated state, suppose I am taking 1700 degrees centigrade. So 1700 degrees centigrade iron molten metal is poured here. So we allow it for solidification. This is your sand. So there will be time will pass, time will increase, and the temperature will decrease. Temperature will decrease. Temperature of the molten metal will decrease. If you draw this in a temperature and time plot, what we will find, this state 1 is at a higher temperature, that is 1700 degrees centigrade, and at this time when it solidify, actually this is straight line, but in fact in reality it is not a straight line, it curves like this, it curves like this. Anyway, I have taken a straight line for you. So it is state 1. So when it solidify, so temperature decreases. So temperature decreases from 1700 degrees centigrade to 1539 degrees centigrade. So this 2 is your 1539 degrees centigrade, that is melting temperature of the iron. During this process, it cools, and there is a shrinkage. This will shrink. This will liquid metal will shrink. That we call actually liquid shrinkage. Liquid shrinkage. So molten metal will be smaller size now, and when time again passes, then this 1539 will change. There will be phase change. So it is in a liquid stage, and now it will become solid. So there will be solidification or phase change. So 2 to 3, there will be phase change, and during that phase change, there will be shrinkage also, and finally casting will convert into solid, and there will be shrinkage, and at last, when this solid will solidify, when time will pass, it will come to the foundry temperature. That is at 30 degrees centigrade. So there will be shrinkage, that we call solid shrinkage. So you have basically 3 types of shrinkage. This one, first one, second one, third one. So you have 1 to 2, you have liquid shrinkage. 2 to 3, you have solidification or phase change shrinkage, and 3 to 4, you have a solid shrinkage. So this we call liquid shrinkage, and then 2, 3 is phase change, solidification, and 3, 4 is your solid shrinkage. So in all these 3 cases, there will be shrinkage. Same thing I have written here in my notes. If you see my notes, it is very clearly written. Yes. From boiling temperature of the liquid metal to the room temperature, metal undergoes following shrinkage. Liquid from boiling temperature superheated to the liquid at the melting temperature, that is called liquid shrinkage. Then you have shrinkage during the phase change, liquid to solid shrinkage, that we call solidification shrinkage. Then solid at melting temperature, so 3, 4 is your solid shrinkage. So what is the important here? First important is, first 2 shrinkage is taken care by the riser. Gate always asks this question. First 2 shrinkage is taken care by the riser, and third one is only providing, that is taken care by the pattern allowances. So first 2 shrinkage is taken care by the riser, and the third shrinkage, that is taken care by the pattern allowances. So here I am talking about the third one, that is solid to solid. You have solid at 5 1539 degrees centigrade, and finally convert it to solid, that is at 30 degrees centigrade, or foundry temperature. Foundry temperature. So this there will be shrinkage there. So there is a pattern maker rule. There is a book we call pattern maker rule, where shrinkage are given directly. You need not to worry, values will be given to you. So you have to find that pattern maker book, and that in that book everything will be there. So I have noted some allowances, like you have a gray cast iron, that is negative shrinkage, means it will not shrink, it will expand. So you have a 1539, and then this will be bigger casting, this will be bigger. So it will be, you have to make the pattern smaller. Then brass is having 1.5 mm per mm in all linear dimension, 20 mm millimeter per meter zinc. So if you have casting like this, you have to make in fact this casting. Suppose you have to make this casting. Suppose this is your 200, this is your 100, and suppose this is your 50. And for this casting, you have to make a pattern. You have to make a pattern. You have to make a pattern. To make that pattern, you have to give the allowances. You have to design the pattern. And suppose this material is your brass or steel. Suppose it is steel. Then in all linear dimension, you have to add 20 millimeter per meter. It means here it is suppose 200 millimeter, or it is 50 millimeter. Then you have to add here. So for 1000 millimeter, you have to add 20 millimeter. So here it is 200 millimeter. So how much you have to add? You have to add here 0. For understanding, suppose you take 2000, it will be very easy to understand. So for 2000 milli, you have to add 20 plus 20, because this is for 1000 mm and this is for another 1000 mm. So it will be final dimension, this dimension will be 2040 mm. In this dimension, you have to add only 20 mm, and in this one, you have to add 10 mm, half mm. So this will be your final pattern size, considering pattern allowances, considering shrinkage allowances. So it is very, means you have understood, but for gray cast iron, it will be negative. You have to reduce the dimension of the pattern. You have to reduce the dimension of the pattern. So you have to, because once you make the bigger pattern, casting will be smaller, because pattern will be bigger, cavity will be bigger. Once you pour the molten metal will solidify, and it will be of right dimensions. This, yeah. Now I'm talking about the draft allowances. So what is the draft allowances? Draft or taper allowances we call, in fact, facilitation, right? You have to remove the casting from, pattern from the mold. So for easy withdrawal, you have to give some allowances for easy withdrawal. So you just remember, for easy withdrawal, you have to give some allowances. Easy withdrawal, you have to give some allowances. So for easy withdrawal, you have to give some allowances. And so you know how we withdraw pattern from the mold. So you have one casting, while you have mold like this, and this is your pattern. Suppose this is your pattern. This is your pattern. So you have to take it out. So when you take it out, the side wall, it may get damaged if you don't remove carefully. If you remove carefully, then there will be less damage. But when there is a little bit, uh, if you are not careful, this side wall get damaged. So draft allowances is provided. So what we'll do, this pattern is of this shape, will make it slightly taper. We'll make slightly taper like this. It will be tapered. So when there is a tapered pattern, it is very easy to withdraw tapered pattern. How it is, how it is, let us understand it. So this is your so okay, fine. So how it is easy? Let us understand this. Um, you have one. So when it is tapered, when you take it out, so this point will move like this. So there will be distance, more distance, more distance from the wall. So it will be easy to withdraw. So what we'll do, we'll make a taper pattern. So draft allowance, or we call it is also taper allowance for easy withdrawal pattern, is placed on the pattern surface and all vertical surfaces, because the pattern will be withdrawn vertically. So we have to provide vertical dimension that are parallel to the direction in which pattern is withdrawn. So it is very important pattern, that is your, if you are drawing this side, so this is parallel, this side is parallel. If you are withdrawing from this side is better. This is your parallel line, right? This is your parallel line. Draft allowance varies with complexity, but in general, inner dimension requires higher draft than outer surface. So 3 degree for external and 6 degree for internal. So it is higher. An example of draft allowances we will understand with the help of an example how draft allowance is provided. So fine. You have a casting. You have yes. So suppose this is 200 mm and this is 50 mm. We have to give draft allowances. So we have to make these vertical surfaces taper. So we'll make taper like this. We'll make taper like this, and this angle is your 3 degree. It is, you take 3 degree, 3 degree, and this is 3 degree. You can find out this from the 10. 3 degree is equal to x by this 50. So x will be equal to 50 tan 3 degree. So x you can find. So this side you have to give x, and this side you have to give x. And again in the other side also you have to provide that. Suppose this dimension is also 200. So again this x and then x. This will be here all x plus x plus x. So finally, the top surface will be of larger area and the smaller surface will be smaller area. So finally, you will get a pattern like this. And for internal details, like you want to make a, suppose there is a hole, that hole you have to make taper. So you have taper a hole you have to make like this. So we can withdraw that core or the small pattern. So it is very easy now. Then getting then one more allowances, two more allowances are there, right? One is your machining allowances, and second is your distortion allowances. So machining allowances, let me check any messages there. So you have in chat box somebody isotropic and anisotropic. There are two things, right? No, in chat box, one is called isotropic material, and then you have a anisotropic material. So isotropic, just I'm discussing the chat box. Isotropic and then anisotropic. These are two material. So this will be property same in all direction. If you test from this side or this side or this side or this side, suppose you are testing over the yield strength, so it will be suppose 100 megapascal, so it will be same 100 megapascal, 100 megapascal, 100 megapascal, or even you draw in that perpendicular to the plane, it will be 100 megapascal. But in this case, property will be different. In this case, is it 90 or it may be 120. But in case of casting, it's an isotropic. It is isotropic. So now we'll move to machining allowances. You know machining allowances. As I said in the casting process, the machine surface, the cast product is having a rough surface, and you have to remove some material. Here it is machining, machining finish allowance, or we call it actually machining allowances. So comes in a contact with the sand and the surface is rough, and finally you have to machine. So we provide some extra material. So 1 millimeter is for 2 millimeter and 4 millimeter. It all depends upon the type of material. Suppose material is steel, or it is a zinc, or it is aluminum. So it will be different material, different allowances will be there. But generally, 10 mm is provided. 10 mm per 1000 millimeter. So we know casting product comes in a contact with a rough sand. Casting process very poor surface, finish and tolerance. So margin, that bigger size pattern is made. Bigger size pattern means bigger size casting, and finally casting will be machined, and it will be of right size. What is our requirement? Is provided pattern for bearing all surfaces where you have to machine. Allowance is added to all surfaces. So machine. Positive allowances for external surface and negative for internal surface. Why it is negative for internal surfaces? Means you have to make, suppose it is very important. I'm talking about the negative internal. Suppose you have one hole, so you have to make a pattern smaller so that this hole will be smaller. And finally, after machining, some material will be removed, and final product will match with the our requirement. So if it is 10 diameter is in our requirement diameter is 10 millimeter. So you have to the pattern will be suppose 6 mm. So it will be lesser dimension. Lesser dimension means a small hole, and finally hole will be enlarged by machining. Hole will be enlarged. Hole will be enlarged by machining. So finally it will 10 mm. So you have to reduce that size of the hole. You have to get negative or internals. surface. This is very important. Then one thing I told that distortion allowances, you know, distortion allowances, will understand the distortion allowances. Uh, you have now again it will be cut. Uh, what is distortion allowances that I had not discussed. So distortion allowance distortion first is called uneven cooling. Suppose you have a cast, try to understand, you have casting like this, and or suppose you have casting like this, one casting like this. So one you have very thin surface, thin area, and you have a thick area. So this part will solidify first, this part will solidify first, so it will be solid. And because it is large volume is there, large volume is there, and we know from the Ts is equal to V by Sa whole is square. Surface area volume is higher means solidification time higher, so it will take more time. So solid and liquid. So this is your solid, sorry, liquid, and this is your solid. So in same material, cooling is uneven. Cooling is uneven. Cooling is uneven. So there will be internal stress, and that internal stress will cause distortion, and that for to compensate that we have to provide some allowances that we call distortion allowances. In distortion allowances again you have to make casting bigger, and finally you have to make it perfect. For an example, if I say if let us understand this, let us understand let us understand uh, suppose one casting is like this, but after distortion it got like this, it got like this. So finally you have to make bigger, and finally it will cut like this, and finally this shape, this size will be equal to this size in a small size. So you have to provide